the beginning of the year, we're working on this project with the GT-R Nismo. And now it's all down to this lap. So you can imagine the tension was really, really big. And you could see I was just checking with my left hand that the car is in R mode and all the settings are correct. And here I start to go and the time starts right here at this point. So this I take in second gear and you can see a little bit oversteering the exit. The tire is not 100% warm yet. And come down to this really difficult section, the Hudson-Bach section. And this is really fast here, up in fifth gear. You can see the gears here and then down to third for this section. And the car is really, really grippy here, and you can take a lot of speed, as well as I can cut the curb here on the inside very, very good, and you can see how stable the car really is. And this is something we work very hard on, actually. As well as here, completely over the curb, the car keeps really stable on the ground with the wheels attached. And now it gets really fast. We come up to fifth gear, approaching the famous Flugplatz. And the car is really, really stable here. You can see it's not taking off much and the speed's really high. And we take it in fifth gear. Usually in the GT-R this is taken in fourth gear, but with the GT-R Nismo now, with the high level of downforce, we can actually take it in fifth. And now here we come up to 285 km per hour over that famous Schwedenkreuz, down to fifth for this left-hander. Really, really, really fast and one of the most dangerous areas. And then here it's a bit better, a little bit time to breathe for that right-hander. And then again, a lot of stress here down to the Fuchsröhre, which is crazy, crazy fast. You can see again we go up to fifth and then to sixth. And this left-hander, so compression, I take completely flat. And this was really the forces that were here were crazy. You can see my hand going down. And then I was a bit confused here, and then I was a bit too fast here in here. And I went too much to the left here, as you can maybe see, and I didn't really get that corner here very good, which was a bit disappointing. And then I hit the curb here on the exit, which is actually not on purpose. That was actually, we personally take split times here. This is the first sector for me personally, and it was already faster than we've done before, so I was actually on a good time. I knew that, but I knew exactly, we're only 2 minutes in now, that there's still a long way to go. And the pressure that we had to the target time to break the 7 minutes, 10 seconds was very, very high, and we were working really, really hard. And this was one shot. It was at the end of the day, and now it was, I had to really reduce the time. So there was a lot of pressure. It was not just like a lap for fun. This is the slowest part of the track. Second gear, you can see the traction is fantastic. Second gear immediately flat out with 600 horsepower. And also something we worked very hard on, actually, to get the power distribution right, to get a really good balance out of it. It's one of my favorite parts, actually. We're up now, we come up, approaching the Bergwerk, now coming to the left-hander and Niki Lauda accident, the left-hand king. Very fast. This is flat in fifth gear, but it's really, really pumpy and fast. You can see the pumps here, and the car brakes really well here for Bergwerk. And here I'm really early in the throttle, really important for lap time here. Come to the second spin time here, 3:14. This was the best we've had, I think we've seen. And this was really encouraging. I said, okay, now make no mistake. Again here, very fast, very dangerous left-hander here. Also flat, just flat. You can see the bump. The car almost jumps to the grass. Very, very risky section. And of course, as a driver, these sections are when the heart rate goes up. And this is the famous left-hander here. Normally, again, fourth gear in the GT-R Nismo, fifth gear, over 200 km per hour around that turn. And then it goes at a little bit lower speed, and you can a little bit relax, but not really relax. Relax from the stress level maybe, but the concentration starts to go now after 4 minutes in the car. And it's really tough now to focus and not make any mistakes. Famous carousel here. I take it in third gear, second gear is an option. The car is more calm in third. Coming up here, and this left-hand king is very difficult to drive because it's either a lift or short brake, very complicated, but I hit it quite well. Up to the highest point of the track here, in fourth gear, the Hohe 8. And this is actually now my favorite section, starting off the track. fourth gear, the famous Germayn coming here. The car handles extremely well with this downforce we have. Here over the curbs here, shortcut here over the Germayn, you can see how it's jumping around, but it keeps it on the road fantastically. And here the grip level is absolutely amazing as well. Now we're approaching the galleries here on the left. Again here I stay in third gear, and maybe you can hear I'm gonna hit the limiter. Up here it goes in, and this is better than shifting up for 10 meters and shifting down, more effective. Here I have to shift up to fourth and back to third, so everything's maxed out. And here again, now I stay flat on the throttle down here, which is also something we had to work hard on to achieve that. It's fifth gear now here down, and it's very close on the curb, and then a really big jump here. The car is completely in the air, and it felt really great around here. And also here the left-hander, and then this is the last jump and the last really dangerous section here, which is really tricky. Here in fifth gear you see how narrow it is and how high the speed really is. It's difficult to imagine when you drive through there. It's really unreal. And now I know I'm almost home. I have just a couple of more corners here. This is a problem, of course. Now the concentration is really down. You've been on full focus for 6 minutes by now, and you think, okay, I have really, before the long straight, before I can breathe, one more right-hander, and I made a little mistake there, so I was really not happy with myself. Here the entry was good, but then I had to turn in here a bit earlier. I missed it a little bit. You can't probably see it from the video, but I personally know there was a mistake. So under the bridge here coming up, you also have a split time here. We can see 6:26, which is also usually we have been over 6:30s there in testing. So I knew that was going to be a good lap. Here we are approaching 280, 290 kilometers, 300. We are now over 300 kilometers per hour. Now I switched to the right lane, and this is flat out now. The left-hander is 306 kilometers per hour, and the car will go then down to 310 in this compression here. Stay in 6, and it's a huge compression. You can see the head again moving down, and then I hit that very good. This is also difficult to drive, so I was lucky with that. And then here over the curb again, the car handles fantastic over bumps. And the last turn here, just make no mistake, just around exactly to first here. And that was the time, and then I see it, and you can see I'm really happy. All the pressure we had over all those months of hard work came out, and I was really pleased to be able to do this lap time. Kawa終わり? Yeah.